have Hollywood used all the animals in the animal kingdom to go around terrorizing people? Or now have they got to resort to animals from fairy tales and the mythical world? Let's get into it. So, Death of a Unicorn is about a single parent family unit. The father and daughter, played by Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega. Elliot, who is the father, that's Paul Rudd, like I said, and Ridley is Jenna Ortega's character, and they are traveling to a ranch, the Odell Ranch in America, which is in deep countryside, and on a business trip. And on the way to said ranch, they hit what they think is either a deer or a horse. And upon further investigation, they realise that actually what they've hit is, yep, you guessed it, a unicorn. They try and nurse it back to health, but actually, in the end, is too badly wounded, and Paul Rudd beats it to death with a tire iron and transports it to the ranch that they go to. But beforehand, Gemma Ortega actually is curious about the animal and touches the unicorn's horn and discovers a world of possibilities through the stars in her mind, which you later find out what she sees in that dream. They take the unicorn to the ranch, to their destination on this business trip, and then realizing that the unicorn is still alive in the back of the car. And during the business meeting he has with the Odell family, the head of the Odell family is Richard E. Grant's character, Odell himself. His wife, Belinda, is Téa Leoni, and the son, Shepard, Will Porter's character, also at this ranch is their butler, their house staff, played by Anthony Carrigan. The character is called Griff, and so they're having a meeting in this house to basically take the company to the next level, and they want Paul Rudd's character Elliot to be the liaison between the Odell family and the company itself. Richard E. Grant's character is actually undergoing some health struggles and is pretty much dying of cancer. Soon, in the middle of this meeting that they're having, they discover that the unicorn that they have supposedly killed is still alive in the back of Elliot's car, and they go out to investigate and then basically end up killing the unicorn again, but for good this time. As once they've killed the unicorn, they soon discover that it has some miraculous healing properties, as Gemma Ortega's character Ridley discovers that she rubs her face with the unicorn's blood and discovers that her acne is all but disappeared. Also, Paul Rudd's character suffers with allergies and needs to wear glasses, but then all of a sudden that's miraculously gone. And upon discovering this unique quality, this healing ability, they run tests and determine that they're going to use the blood for a cure to Mr. Odell's cancer. But it's not all plain sailing. The mummy and daddy unicorn basically catch wind that their little baby unicorn has been killed, and so all hell breaks loose. They just go after killing everything just to get their baby unicorn back to health again. So yeah, I realise as I'm telling this story how ridiculous that sounds, but that's pretty much the plot. So yeah, there are a few problems with this film. Number one, you don't necessarily really sort of care about the two main characters, Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega's characters. They're very much playing to type. Jenna Ortega is very much playing like the moody teenager, whilst Paul Rudd is playing the idiot, sort of not a clue, out of touch sort of father who has no idea what is going on and is doing anything he can to try and provide for his family effectively. what you really do care about is actually the supporting cast. They're very different, very quirky, very sort of out there characters, especially Will Poulter's character, who's very much the idiot savant of the family, who has some very interesting style choices. And you'll know what I mean when you see the film. One in particular, he wears like referee shorts with a roll neck jumper. There are some very much blatant references to Aliens and also Jurassic Park, which they didn't really do a good job of literally hiding them, but they're literally like, oh, let's just directly copy these two films in certain points, and it was just like an idiot can notice that. The idea of a reference is to, you know, subtly reference it, but they literally just went, I know, we're going to directly copy it. Didn't harm the film in any way, but it was just like, okay. Also, a couple of niggles that I felt were a bit weak was also there were a couple of instances where the unicorns weren't what you would call like to scale. There's one shot towards the end where the unicorn is walking down the steps, and it just looks a little bit sort of janky, little sort of not to scale or menacing at any point whatsoever. There is one really cool scene, which I think is in the trailer actually, where they're transporting the baby unicorn through the tunnel, and you can see like a silhouette of the adult unicorn. I can't believe I've said unicorn this many times, but I have. So that was kind of cool. But yeah, very much the supporting characters, the supporting cast is what you watch this film for. They very much steal the show. Richard E. Grant is larger than life, playing this rich, sort of quirky, like I said, pharmaceutical company man. And yeah, Will Poulter as well was very, very good. So yeah, I mean, it's done by A24, and so it's their sort of version of films like Sharknado and Anaconda and Snakes on a Plane. Along that sort of lines. Cocaine Bear you can throw in there as well, fill in the blank of the type of killer animal movies that you can think of. They do borrow a lot of those uh, genre tropes in this film. There was one jump scare where Paul Rudd is looking through the door and it's really dark, and you could see the unicorn coming in and out of shot, and then all of a sudden it's like right there. I mean, you can blatantly see it coming, but it did make me jump a little bit as well. But let's face it, guys, it's a film about unicorns. I mean, what is there to analyze? A film about unicorns. Yeah. Like I said, supporting cast is what you're here for in this film, especially Anthony Carrigan's character. He's really stand out in this film. I find playing the character as Griff, as the help. Oh, one thing I would point out as well, the way they sort of like justify it is that they do try and use science and history and the mythology of like the unicorn, and they sort of like intertwine that into the story a little bit. But again, that to me felt like a little bit weak and a little bit, it's in there for the sake of it. Like I said, to justify what they're doing. But I mean, let me know what you think. What's your favourite sort of killer animal genre type film? And as always, make a comment in the chat and in the comment section. It would be cool to get that conversation going. But as always, please like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll be doing more and more videos as there are a lot more films coming out in a minute. So this weekend I'm going to go and see the film The Amateur, so looking forward to that and reviewing that as well. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. It's a film about a unicorn. But yeah, there we go. Peace out.